Targum Ruth, Ruth 1:12, the third part. In this video, I'd like to focus on a single term, and here it is. It's the Beit Ayin Lamed verbal root with this mem prefix and, of course, the Kametz Aleph suffix. It turns out that Edward Cook discusses this precise form in his dissertation on Targum Pseudo-Jonathan. Now, we remember that the dialect of Aramaic in Targum Pseudo-Jonathan and the dialect in Targum Ruth are the same. It's this late Jewish literary Aramaic. And it turns out that this precise form appears in Targum Pseudo-Jonathan, Genesis 20, verse 3. We see it here. And she was married to a man. And we see the to a man just as we see it here in Ruth. So let's take a look. Here is that word, and here's to a man. Here's that word, to a man. Now that shows us we have the same form. What's special about this form? Well, we notice that there's no tav. We would have expected a mit prefix for an itpa'el, and we ask, where did the tav go? So Edward Cook explains this is one of the forms where, for whatever reason, the tav has completely assimilated, and it is indeed an itpa'el. And if we do a study across Aramaic dialects, we find out something interesting, and that is for the G stem of Beit Ayin Lamed, it's talking about getting married to a woman. However, for the C and the TG, so itpa'el, it's talking about getting married to a man. So, an interesting gender distribution based on stem there for this idea of marrying. But that handles why this word doesn't have a tav in it, its special form, and we see its usage elsewhere in the writings of late Jewish literary Aramaic. So let's return now to Ruth 1:12 and continue our reading in Targum Ruth.